Hi, everybody. Amy and Eileen here, and we're going to talk about medical media in the early years, all of the blunders and mistakes and hilarious things that we laugh at now because we just didn't know any better. Because you guys, if you're just new to this, if you're learning, oh my gosh, we've been there, we've done that, we've done the stupid stuff. Yes, Amy?
Yes. Yes, we have because I've been doing this for about a decade, Eileen even longer.
Yeah.
And back then, guys, there was Instagram, like
No
medical media
books.
Instagram account, no blogs. Yeah, there was
In the
one
very
book.
beginning, there wasn't even a radio show for me.
No, there was the Hay House radio show that he would guest on. And that, because I'm in the UK, would be on at 6 in the morning. And I would be trying to catch it at 6 in the morning while I have two little ones and trying to get the breakfast ready and all of this. It was really chaotic because there wasn't like a replay. It was just like it's on at this time, you have to catch it.
Right.
And so there was one Facebook group that I think I'd found, but it was run by, some people who had done it, and it wasn't like there wasn't really a lot of extra information. So
And there weren't all these people out there, practitioners and experts, and you were like on your own with it.
oh, Eileen, I've just realized I'm sorry, I'm gonna lose power. I
Oh
didn't plug
no.
in. I'm so sorry.
Speaking of,
No.
you
Well, should
know,
we start again?
guys,
Let's start.
no, we're not
Let's
going to start again because I'm going to tell you guys what we've done in the past. We have recorded whole podcasts and forgotten to turn on recording and had to do it completely over again. I just want you all to know, like, shit happens. You
she's not
just
she's
keep
not letting me
going.
start again.
No.
She's not, which I think is frankly unfair because we're talking about our mistakes. I'm making mistakes. You're going to get the wrong impression. You're going to think I can't run my life. I can be reassured. I help
No,
other people with
come
their
on. I'm
lives.
going to pick on you again because you told me that you shared one of your mistakes with me this morning
Oh
and it's
yeah.
cracking me up.
Let me tell you this great mistake. Let me just set the scene because I was a mum, new mum, two teeny ones, and a head full of brain fog. And yeah, so that's my excuse. But I didn't know the difference between a juicer and a blender, unfortunately. I just thought, we're just mixing this stuff up and consuming it. So celery juice was a big part of book one, like do your celery juice, heal your gut, and this stuff. So I was doing celery juice in the blender. I was blending celery juice and then choking it down, like chewing it, chomping down blended celery on its own before I could jump into my breakfast. And so, it was a little
So,
bit
how did you
heartbreaking.
figure out there was a difference
I had
between blend?
a friend round, and she brought her baby, and I'd said, "Oh, I'm doing this stuff, I'm juicing." And she's like, "Oh, so like you're doing it with extracting the pulp?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." No, I was thinking, "No, I'm not." And so when she left, I was like, "I've just looked this up," and I was like, "Oh, I'm really not doing it right at all." So, so that was a bit heartbreaking to sort of find out that I'd been doing that and suffering chewing, blended celery in the morning. No
My
one wants to
gosh.
do that.
I think, my biggest overwhelm moments were like when I'd learned some new piece of information because I look back and I'm really glad I got so baby stepped. Like I don't know what I would have done if I had all these books, if you see behind me, these 8 volumes of information to learn. I don't know what it would have happened, but um I'd learn a new piece of information like you can't have cacao or chocolate. And I'd be like,
Yeah,
it would take me time to like process that
yeah.
piece of information and get over it. Or
Knife to the heart, isn't it? It's
knife to
like,
the
what?
heart, right? Or nutritional yeast. What? Like it's bad. Um, and I remember, and then I was kind of even well into it, and it was like food combining is really important. I was like, no, I can't take in any more new information. I can't handle food combining. What do you mean? I literally flipped out. And now I'm like, oh yeah, it's actually really easy and it makes so much sense. And like I get it. But in the beginning, I was like, no, it was like it threatened to end the whole adventure for me.
Yeah, if you come to this information now, it's like, okay, don't touch this, don't do that, don't have the chemical fragrances. And by the way, there's some demons around you over there, and there's a few in the corner over there too. And that person that you like, they got a ton of demons on them. And the chemtrails, watch out for those as well, because they're all in the sky. Like back when we started our medical medium journey, it was Anthony would say things like, don't eat too many burgers, lower your fats 25%, and just bring in some celery juice, just crowd out the bad foods with some fruits and veggies.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was his approach. And if you listen to the old radio shows, it's like, I can do this. And I really have a lot of respect to people who are coming at it now with all this information, which is
yeah.
a blessing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It is a blessing, but you got to be ready for it. You got to be like, okay, right. So there's a
And don't
pathogen
expect to
everywhere. There's
know
a
it
demon everywhere.
overnight. I'll share my most embarrassing conversation with Anthony. I
Do
was
it.
aiming, he had told me to have meat or grains once a day at dinner. And he didn't really tell me to stop eating meat, but I started to get that feeling that that was probably a really good idea. And I had a new health issue arise that was pretty serious. It was pretty early on, and I called him about it a little freaked out. And I go, "What do I do?" And he goes, "You've got to stop eating meat. It's your liver. There's too much fat in the meat." And I was like, "Well, I really have. Like, I've already aimed myself like that. I've kind of stopped." And he goes, "Eileen, what did you eat for dinner last night?" And I was like, "What did I eat for dinner?" I couldn't think. And I'm like, "Wait, let's see. I had this for breakfast and this for, I had steak." And I go, "Oh my God, I had steak." And he goes, "I know." And I was like, I just had these old frozen steaks and I didn't want them to go to waste. And it was the last steak I was going to ever have. And I ate them. But of course, it's the next day that I'm on the phone with him and he thinks I'm lying to him, and I'm not lying to him. I just forgot I ate it and I really didn't mean to eat it. And he just laughed. He goes, "It's okay." you know? But
Yeah.
that was the thing about talking to him. I felt like it was Santa Claus, like, because he just like you don't lie because he just knows or
Or you won't get any
whatever.
presents.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. If you have an empty stocking the next day. No, absolutely. And, but he's probably like, yeah, it's fine. Everybody lies to me because I can
Right.
see and know all. And we're lying to ourselves, I think, more than we're lying to him half the
Well,
time,
that
aren't
was
we?
the thing is I was kind of lying to myself. It was like, "Oh, it's just this one time." And I think that's when I realized that I kind of that we do that as humans. "Oh, it's just this little bit or it's just this little bit or this one time or this one little cheat or whatever." And it's like, "Oh, all those little things actually matter."
Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
I'm going to make another blender confession. This one still sometimes
That's what we're going to
happens to
call this.
me.
We're going to call this blender confessions.
Amy's blender confessions. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when I buy what we call coriander, you guys call cilantro.
Yeah.
So cilantro, like,
Coriander sounds so much more royal and I don't know,
oh
proper.
yes, well, we are all very royal over here in the UK. You can believe it. So when I buy the coriander and I wash it and I put it all on the sink and I wash it and then I take it out. And every now and then I forget to take off the rubber bands, the elastic
Oh,
bands,
right. Yeah.
and they go in the blender.
Oh, yeah.
And you're having your smoothie and you're like, what's this? And
Yes.
the kids are sometimes, because I make mine separate to theirs, and the kids are like, I think there's rubber band in this smoothie, mum. I'm like, oh God, I've got to do it again. But it's happened enough times for them to be like, I think this is one of those smoothies you put the bands in with. Oh, it's so kind of heartbreaking. And because I'm like, oh, those lovely ingredients in that smoothie, I'll just tip them away and
Oh
make
my
you a
gosh,
fresh
my
one.
one of my kids said to me the other day, "How old are you?" And I told them, and I said, "Why?" "Oh no, it doesn't matter." It's like, "What?" And they're like, "You're a little forgetful sometimes." And I was like, "Oh, honey, I've always been that way." I've always joked that I needed a handler because I'm like off in space half the time, but doing things like and that's doing stuff like that. And my kids will be like, Mom, you got to check for the rubber band. You know, like they think I'm ridiculous. And I'm like, no, I'm just thinking about other things.
What that is in my case is that I'm washing the coriander, I'm cooking the
Mhm.
dinner, I'm putting the washing out, and I'm probably like, responding to a message as well. Or
Right.
and then I'm solving a problem for one of the kids, like they're talking to me. And so it's just it's that.
Yeah,
It's
there's
when
chaos.
it's just you're gonna drop the ball somewhere. And that's another excuse I have.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of brain fog, which thankfully I don't have now. And
Right.
although this story does sometimes make that seem like maybe it's still there, but as I say, that's more busyness. But yeah, there's reasons why, but I think we got to laugh at it. And really, it's about the consistency, isn't it? So 10 years on, a ton of symptoms have gone, and life looks very different because I went from blended celery to then years and years of juicing celery and just keep showing up and just keep doing the stuff and
Yeah.
one foot in front of the other. And yeah, you have to definitely have a good deal of humor for this journey.
Well, yeah, and I was having a whole conversation with a group of people about juicers the other day, and I was like, you know, anybody who's living this lifestyle or attempting to live this style, like, I think I've had somewhere between a dozen juicers that I've tried, and you know, some of them I got at garage sales. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's get it cheap. And we always keep an extra one around, and they've broken, and new juicer companies come out, and there's this juicer and that juicer, and I'm like, holy cow! I remember telling a family member they finally decided they asked me, and they were going to start juicing celery, and I recommended the celery juicer. And I found out later they went and researched, they spent hours researching juicers, and they bought this juicer, and it's like metal grinding metal juicer. And I didn't say anything because they don't really understand the context of why I recommended the juicer I recommended. And
Yeah.
at least they were getting celery juice down. And like I used to have those, that's why I've been through so many juicers, because at one point I had those metal against metal juicers and found out that's not good. And I'm like,
You know,
shoot, I got to get a different juicer. And it's like there's a million of these moments where you're like, oh my God, you learn a new piece of information, you think it's going to overwhelm you, but you get past it.
this is making me laugh because like those situations in life where, say, you're in a group of people and if you sort of make the wrong turn, you're having to talk to people. Like, say you're at a cocktail party. I don't go to cocktail parties, but say we're at a cocktail party, a juice party, that would be much more
Right.
realistic. And if you turn to the wrong, like, say you bump into sort of a bunch of guys who are really into technology and they start really going into the specifics of technology and how it works, and you're like, help me out, how do I get out, how do I back out of
Right.
this conversation and go and join that group's laughing, I'd like to go into that group over there.
Right.
And that's us though, like
Yeah.
the medical medium guys, where they're going, let's talk about juices. Oh, shall I tell you this funny thing that happened to me in my blender? Ha ha ha. Like, because
And other people are like, what are
we
they
have this
talking
we
about?
have this very specific kind of humor and stories and knowledge and expertise and all of this, and it's
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny, and I think we have to laugh at that in itself as well.
Yeah, we do. Well, look, we really hope you guys are laughing at yourselves today and, taking a look back and seeing how far, use it to see how far you've come, and to have compassion for the people who are just beginning or who are dabbling and who are making those mistakes. Like we need to laugh at ourselves. We
Yes, we
really
do.
do.
Yeah. Yeah, or just laugh at us if not. If you're
There
getting
you go.
everything
We'll give you
perfectly,
plenty
just
of
laugh at us.
opportunities to laugh
Yeah.
at us.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
We'll
and
see
be
you on our
well, and
next.
we'll see you again soon.